Tell your friends about the all-new WOSDradio.com, the music you grew up with.
How do you keep the music playing? How do you make it last? How do you keep the song from fading too fast? How do you lose yourself to someone and never lose your way? How do you not run out of new things to say? And since we know we're always changing, how can it be the same? And tell me how year after year you're sure your heart will fall apart each time you hear.
Tribute to the late great James Ingram in our Saturday morning spotlight here on the Glynn Hall Dusty Record Show.
I know the way I feel for you is now or never. The more I love, the more that I'm afraid.
Y'all remember back in the day when Luke and Laura was in love on General Hospital? They used to play this song. And good morning, Marilyn Bassett. How you doing, darling?
If we can be the best of lovers, yeah, be the best of friends. If we can try with every day to make it better as it grows, with any luck, then I suppose the music
Here go my part. Here go my part right here.
If we can be impossible. The music never ends. How do you keep it playing, baby? Oh, I wanna know how do you do.
Rest in peace, the late, great James Ingram. Man, that was my song. Y'all remember General Hospital? I know I feel for you. It's no wonder. Remember General Hospital back in the days when Luke and Laura was in love back in the early 80s? They used to play that song as they were strolling through the park, holding hands, so in love, and all that kind of stuff. Well, anyway, it's a Saturday morning spotlight on the late, great James Ingram. And this next song, man, outdid me the first time I heard it. This was from 1989. James Ingram wanted to be a little bit on the New Jack Swing tip. He hooked up with Teddy Riley, and he came up with this song right here. It's called It's Real. That was my jam. I used to be at the club back in the day, doing the Running Man, getting it on, on WOSD.
I know you can feel the bass moving in your soul. Baby, baby, baby.
Here's the Saturday Morning Spotlight with Glynn Hall, the mayor of Motown, on WOSD Radio, your home for old school and dusties.
I'll never forget that day when we tell me a secret. And I just want to know about any secret of yours. I want to know about my special secret. Because tonight I want to learn all about the secrets.
This was the jam, y'all.
I wanna read your mind, know your deepest feelings. I wanna make it right for you, baby. Show me, let me share the mystery. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Listen to your heart tonight. Come on, make it alright. Yeah. No melody that we could sing together. I've got the secret key to you, babe. Let's make music, all about the ecstasy. Come on and sing it to me. Here in the garden, passion can make you fall for what you feel. We can make it come alive every single night. Oh, your secret garden. I need to be with you. Let me lay beside you. Do what you want me to all night. I'm gonna hold you. Ooh, baby, can I touch you there? Come on, come on, come on, come on. I can keep.
You had Barry White, El DeBarge, Al B. Sure, and of course James Ingram, right here on WOSD Radio, your home for old school and dusties. We'll be right back with more music and more stuff after these messages.
Furnish it with love. Grow apple trees and honeybees and snow white turtle doves. I like to teach the world to sing with me. Perfect harmony, perfect harmony. I like to buy the world and keep it company. That's the real thing. I like to teach the world to perfect harmony and I like to buy the world a coat and keep it company. It's the real thing. What the world wants today.
Biggs Show with Dinah Lynn Biggs. Saturday afternoons at 3 on WOSD and WOSDradio.com. The Sunday Stepper Set with Chef Greg Dorsey. Sundays at 3 p.m. on WOSD and WOSDradio.com.
Do you want to look glamorous? Do you want to stand out from the crowd? Do you want to be the envy of all your friends? Come by MG Fashion Accessories of Gary, Indiana. You can look like $1,000,000, starting for as low as $5. Brand name paparazzi jewelry with a look of diamonds, rubies, pearls, and emeralds. And also chocolate drop yarn creations, hats, scarves, toys that are hand crocheted, bath bombs, and body soaps, and spa essentials. Call Liz Gardner at 773-708-4061 or check us out online at paparazziaccessories.com.
Hey, it's your boy, the exotic MC, Mr. Hypnotic, and I got a question for you. Would you like a snack? Something healthy? Well, One-Up Pickle Premium Gourmet Foods will truly satisfy your taste buds. Gourmet pickles, vegetables, and subs are available for you daily. Over 50 flavors. Deliveries available and same-day ordering. Discounted orders also. Call 773-491-8080 and ask for Tony. That's 773-491-8080. And mention me, Mr. Hypnotic, and your first order will be discounted. That's One-Up Pickle Premium Gourmet Foods.
Hey, Mr. Hypnotic, how are those pickles?
They are delicious. Call 773-491-8080. That's 773-491-8080. And tell them Mr. Hypnotic sent you.
Hey, save me some.
WOSD Radio, your home for old school and dusties. This is the Glynn Hall Dusty Record Show, and I'm Glynn Hall, the mayor of Motown, your Dusty Record Maestro. Right now it's 2 minutes after the hour, 11:02 a.m. That's Central Time here in Chicago, Illinois, and it's time for our next segment, which is the Saturday Morning Stroll. This is music you can walk to, step to, bop to, rock to, roll to, make love to. But whatsoever you gonna do, oh, you got to do your thing to it, baby. And there's no two ways about that. And let's see, coming up, I got this song by a Chicago group. They were pretty much a one-hit wonder. Came out around 1979, 1980 as a group. And this song here, I think was their first mild hit from 1980. Remember the group Omni? That's who this is, Omni. And don't be so selfish with your love. Give me a little bit. I won't mess it all up. I won't use it up, baby. I'll be good to you. And if there's anything you'd like to hear, call me at 773-312-WOSD.
You know, there's an old saying that there's never enough love until you start to give it away. But many people today are very apprehensive about relationships. I mean, you really can't be too sure about who's gaming on you, you know? Well, that makes it kind of hard on folks like myself who really, really want the deal. Like the other day, I met this fine lady, and I just had to tell her, girl, don't be so selfish with your love. Girl, don't be so selfish with your love. You ignore my advances, act like you don't see my glances. I believe that we can deal, but your feelings are so concealed. Love is meant for two to share now. Don't walk away like you don't care now, baby, baby. Girl, don't be so selfish with your love. Girl, don't be so selfish with your love. I hope that I don't seem abrasive. These words are meant to be persuasive. In my eyes, you're so fine. I just like to touch your mind. Love was meant for two to share now. Don't turn away like you don't care now, baby, baby. Girl, don't be so selfish with your love. Girl, don't be so selfish with your love. Girl, don't be so doggone selfish with your love. No, 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 baby, baby. Girl, don't be so selfish with your love. Girl, don't be so selfish with yourself. Girl, don't be so doggone selfish with yourself. No, 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 baby, baby. I believe that we can get it on. You and I are hearts that you know. I feel for you, babe. I think you want me to, babe. I could love good love for you now. Just take your time, child. I'll make you smile, child. I want you to be mine, good God woman. Just say you want me to, cause I believe in you. I won't believe in no girl, I can't believe in that. Girl, don't be so doggone selfish with yourself. No, baby, girl, don't be so doggone selfish with yourself. Yeah. I believe that we can get it on, you baby. Ooh. See that?
It's the Saturday morning stroll. Music you can bop to, step to, walk to. With the mayor of Motown, Glynn Hall, on WOSD Radio. Your home for old school and dusties.
Good Saturday morning, Miss Yolanda. I still wanted to see if you were interested in that business deal I was telling you about. I ain't heard nothing from you, so if you ain't interested, don't worry about it.
Watching the rising sun, counting cars one by one. Believe me, girl, it's no fun when it's only done by what I need you. More than anything else in this world, to brighten my day, to chase away the hurt and pain you left me when you said goodbye. Listen to me, baby. Time passes on so slow. Got nowhere to go. See all the pictures of the pictures show. Nothing means a thing no more without you. More than anything else in this world, I need you to brighten my day, chase away the hurt and pain you left me when you said goodbye. Oh, God, I wanna know why.
Hey, Patricia Stevenson, the birthday girl. Happy birthday to you, baby.
Love is rain, it's gone away to say. Love is rain. like my hand took away the hurt and pain you left me when you said goodbye. Oh God, I just wanna die.
Glynn Hall, the mayor of Motown. WOSD.
So you're through with love, and you say it's just a waste of time, through your mind. There are two sides to love, and if you will, I'd like to show you mine. Girl, love has its ups and downs. It's sometimes like a merry-go-round, going round and around and around and around, never knowing where you're bound. May not be the one you want, but I'm sure the one you need. Girl, give me a chance to prove love shared by me and you can be heavenly, heavenly, heavenly. That's all love is when it's right, simply heavenly, heavenly, heavenly. That's all love is when it's right. Hey girl, be fair to your heart. Don't turn your back on love. No, no. 'Cause love is the one thing everybody needs. Everybody needs love. Hey girl, open up your heart again. Please, won't you let me in? Give me a chance to undo all the hurt he's put you through. May not be the one you want, but I'm sure the one. Girl, give me a chance to see. Sharing your love with me will that's all love is when it's right. And I know it's gonna be heavenly, heavenly, heavenly. That's all love is when it's right.
I may not be the one you want, but I'm sure the one you need. Temptations and Heavenly from 1973 with Richard Street on lead, along with Damon Harris, the Eddie Kendricks replacement. He didn't do too bad of a job on that song. I like Heavenly. But that was for Miss Tanya Davis, all the way out there. I think she's in, is it Oak Brook or something like that? I know she's somewhere in Chicago. Miss Tanya Davis, I played that song especially for you, darling, because you said you wanted to hear it. And there you go. Let's see it up next. I got this song for Mrs. Bernice K. Phillips, the beautiful Mrs. Bernice K. Phillips, all the way down there in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I like to call that Brokeback Mountain down there in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Whenever I think of Oklahoma, I think of Spears and all other kind of stuff. But hey, Mrs. Bernice K. Phillips, how you doing, darling? Hopefully you're doing well. She wanted to hear this song called Wherever You Go from 1976 by Skip Mahoney and the Casuals. And it's really a beautiful song. Didn't hear it for the first time till a few days ago. Beautiful song. Skip Mahoney and the Casuals, Wherever You Go from 1976 for Miss Bernice K. Phillips down there in Tulsa, Oklahoma on the Glynn Hall Dusty Record Show on WOSD. Welcome, Mrs. Bernice K. Phillips. Anything for you. You're one of my most valued listeners, and I love you for it. Thank you for listening to the Glynn Hall Dusty Record Show. All these months, all these years, whatever it's been. I thank you.
Just for you, hey baby.
It's the Saturday morning stroll. Music you can bop to, step to, walk to. With the mayor of Motown, Glynn Hall, on WOSD Radio. Your home for old school and dusties.
Boom, 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 boom. Played that for Miss Brenda Brewer down there in Spring, Texas. Brenda Brewer in Spring, Texas. Baby, I played that for you, Smokey Robinson, Daylight and Darkness from 1978. Coming up next for Miss Sonia Moore. Sonia Moore on the south side of Chicago wanted to hear the Blackbirds and Soft and Easy. And I got that for you, Sonia Moore. Soft and Easy, a Stepper's Cut, here on the Glynn Hall Dusty Record Show on WOSD Radio, your home for old school and dusties.
is so soft and easy. Your love is so soft and easy. Do you miss me, baby? I've been waiting so long. You know, it's like all things in the world I have dreamed of being here with you. And tonight, I know it's gonna be just right. Without your love, I die. From all the hurt inside. Without your love, I die. From all the hurt inside. Without your love, I die. Talk to me,
You know, I think they doing something freaky in that song. Never paid it no attention till now. All that moaning and groaning. Man. But anyway, that's the Blackbirds and Soft and Easy from 1972. And I played that for Miss Sonia Harris on the south side of Chicago here on the Glynn Hall Dusty Record Show. And we'll be right back with more music and more stuff after these messages.
At 10 a.m. for the weekly message from Holy House of Prayer, 6713 South Holstead Street in Chicago, where Bishop William Jackson and First Lady Beverly Jackson are pastors. Bishop and First Lady Jackson look to bring you words of wisdom and encouragement to help you in your spiritual life. That's the weekly message from Holy House of Prayer, 6713 South Holstead Street in Chicago. Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. on your home for Old School and Dusties, WOSDradio.com. Hypnotic's Backyard Party, Saturday nights, 6 p.m. on WOSD and WOSDradio.com.
What's a glass without glass? Well, it's just a plain glass. But if you want a glass with class, you need a glass with class by Davina. Davina's been designing since 2011. She's designed for weddings, proms, showers, birthdays, anniversaries, reunions, travel professionals, business owners, car clubs, motorcycle clubs, social clubs, fraternal organizations, and more. And in 2017, she went international with Tone International as a preferred vendor in Montego Bay, Jamaica. You can design your own glass and have a glass for every occasion. Other services include custom designed glasswares, party favors, wine glass covers, t-shirts, hoodies, photo frames, props, and more. So if you need a designer glass, call Davina at 773-842-5655. That's 773-842-5655 and get a glass with class by Davina. So what's a glass without class? Just a plain old glass.
Is that India? What happened to her hair?
A&B FIO presents the world's largest dreadlock competition, Sunday, March 3rd, from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the Chicago Marriott Midway, 6520 South Cicero Avenue. If you're interested in sponsorship and vendor opportunities, contact Sarita B. at 773-366-5566, 773-366-5566, or email email at anbfio@gmail.com. For tickets or to sign up for the competition, please visit World's Largest Dreadlock Comp at eventbrite.com. It's the world's largest dreadlock competition, Sunday, March 3rd, from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the Chicago Marriott Midway,
Down to the last 30
South
minutes, and I
Cicero
got like
Avenue.
three
Sponsored by ANBFIO.
three
Please
requests
visit
coming up.
World's Largest Dreadlock
I'll play it for you
Comp
tomorrow.
at eventbrite.com.
The Dusty Breakdown with Sugar D, middays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on WOSD and WOSDradio.com.
It's so good, refreshing good, helps you feel just like you should. You'll go better with, I'll go better with, we'll go better with Coke. The real life wonder puts some thought in you and me and everyone. Things go better with Coca-Cola. Things go better with Coke.
WOSD Radio, old school and Dusty's the music you grew up with. I thank one and all for tuning in to the Glynn Hall Dusty Record Show. I'm Glynn Hall, the mayor of Motown, your Dusty Record Maestro, and we're winding down for the home stretch. Yes, we are. Got about another 22, 23 minutes left on the air, and I got to get up out of here. Ain't got to go home, but I got to get up out of here. I don't know what's coming up at 12. Hopefully something good. Just keep it locked right here on WOSDradio.com. And I'm sure good things to come will come your way. All right? All right. So let me see. As we my whole mind just went blank. That ever happened to you? As we wind down for the home stretch, y'all. Of course, I always play a song for Mrs. Mama Yvonne G. Mrs. Mama Yvonne G out there in Gary, Indiana. You know we love you here at the WOSD radio station. You always listen to the Glynn Hall Dusty Record Show every Saturday morning from 8 a.m. to 12 noon. That's Central Time, and every Sunday afternoon from 12 noon to 3 p.m. Central Time. You always listen, and because of that, I always got to play you some Johnny Taylor. But guess what? Somebody else wanted to hear this same song by Johnny Taylor. Miss Sherry Moulton out there in Wichita, Kansas. Sherry Moulton in Wichita, Kansas. She wanted to hear some Johnny Taylor. And Johnny says what I always say, it's cheaper to keep her. But I feel that sometimes you got to pay for a peace of mind on WOSD.
It's cheaper to keep her. When your little girl make you mad, and you get an attitude and pack your bags. 5 little children that you're leaving behind. Son, you're gonna pay some alimony or do some time. That's why it's cheaper to keep her. Help me say it, y'all. It's cheaper to keep her.
It's cheaper to keep her.
See, when you get to stand that judge in the face, you're gonna wanna cuss the whole human race. That's why it's cheaper to keep her.
It's cheaper to keep her. It's cheaper. It's cheaper. It's cheaper. It's cheaper to keep her.
You didn't pay but $2 to bring a little girl home. Now you're about to pay $2,000 to leave her alone. You see another woman out there, and you wanna make a change, but she ain't gonna want you, cause you won't have a damn thing. That's why it's cheaper to keep her. Everybody sing along with me. It's cheaper to keep her.
Cheaper to keep her.
By the time you get through looking at judge in the face, you're gonna wanna cuss the whole human race. That's why it's cheaper to keep her. It's cheaper to keep her.
It's cheaper to keep her.
I know you think the grass is green. When that judge give you that dirty look, you may as well put your money in mama's pocket. That's why it's cheaper to keep her. It costs too much to leave her alone. Yeah, I know it's cheaper to keep her. Cause you gonna pay some alimony if you leave home. I tell y'all, it's cheaper to keep her. All the fellas out there know what I'm talking about. Don't you know that it's cheaper to stay at home? I gotta tell you, I'm bringing the message tonight. It's cheaper to keep her, cheaper to keep her, cheaper to keep her, cheaper to keep her. She don't cost you too much if you let her go, man. It's cheaper to keep her. You might as well put up with your little argument, but you might as well go. I'm gonna tell you something tonight. I tell you, it's cheaper to keep her. Amen. Ain't it cheaper to keep her?
Glynn Hall, the mayor of Motown. WOSD.
Fellas, I wonder would you mind if I talk to you a minute? You know, sometimes we have a tendency, or should I say we forget what a woman needs every now and then. That is, if you want to keep your thing together. Listen to me now. Do the things that keep you smile on